Gandang gabi po sa lahat. This is Coach Lininho, empowering Pinoys, especially the 40s and above, to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. Today is Thursday, and supposedly Coach Lininho will having his live now, but of course, something happened. So he has to attend a very important appointment. That's why I'm present now to add value to you as your coach again to help you set your goals and habits right. So we will talk about how to do low carb in fitness and why it includes fitness and not just low carb. So these are the three essentials, meaning very important and very basic at the same time. So if you don't do these things, especially these three essentials, most likely you will be in a very slippery or maybe not on a good side of low carb in fitness. Let me know from the comment section below ano po yung meals natin or maybe what's your location right now so I can acknowledge you and of course I can scan your questions later so that we can have your questions answered later sa Q&A natin. So there you have it. So, pakita ko yung picture na to. What can you see now in this picture? What can you see now in this picture? Now, most of you would agree. The goal of health is not just to lose weight. The goal of health is not just to lose fat. It's to gain muscle. Fitness is your body's ability to be strong. And at the same time, if you have enough muscle mass, it can deal with metabolic syndrome and diseases. When you say metabolic syndrome, these are the metabolic conditions like type 2 diabetes, we have stroke, we have liver diseases, and we want to get rid of that. If you have enough muscle mass, this will be your friend to deal with these metabolic diseases. And of course, if you have enough muscle mass, this belly fat that you're having right now and this concerns you will be dealt with if you have enough muscle mass. So that's why very important. The goal of fitness is not just to lose weight because that's very possible through low carb fitness. Most of you here right now have lost weight already in low carb, correct? I assume that if you do low carb and fasting right, 100% you will really lose weight because the principle of low carb and fasting, you will eat less than what your body use. So over time, if you commit to that, you will definitely lose weight. And that's scientific. And that's why for some of you have lost weight, meron pa concern about belly fat. You know, the other word for belly fat is stubborn belly fat. It's, easy to store it, but it's hard to let it go. That is why it's called stubborn. It's hard to let it go. So we will talk about it. But first and foremost, if you don't have the ebook yet about 40s and above, there are things that you must know as 40s and above. Maybe you are in your middle age ka na or maybe senior ka na. There are very important things that you must know first. So I have an ebook for that for free. If you don't have it yet, let me know. But share this video so that we can reach out to other Filipinos that there's still hope, that they can still be healthy regardless of their age. Now, say for example, if you are 40s and above, you have the ebook na. This time you want to go for food guide naman. So I have a food guide for you and you can avail it for free. But first, I like to encourage you, if you find value in our live tonight, share this video. You may want to tag your friends, especially your loved ones, so that they are informed. So after that, message mo ako directly sa page ko, Coach Lininho, so that I can give it to you completely free. Now, if you're not following this page yet, Coach Lininho, you're very much aware of my mission in life, and that's to help 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscle. So once we have our live, of course, you are notified by Facebook. But first and foremost, know that when you click follow and like this page, it means you are willing to take charge of your health. Kasi ito yung hugot ko eh. And I think I mentioned this many, many times na, that most 40s and above settle with the idea that they just need to take medications for them to survive. Now, for some of you who are taking medications, I'm not saying you get rid of that. What I'm saying is this. We want to take responsibility of our own health. Hindi po natin iasa yung health natin sa other people. And I've seen that many, many times, and that's my personal hugot din. Kasi my father passed away in his 40s. In his early 40s. My mom was a government employee, living from paycheck to paycheck. Na buhay po kami sa utang. 7 kami magkakapatid, and our mom has to do something para mabuhay po kami. And that's because my father, by the way, was a very, very good guy. Responsible siya na breadwinner, but only that he neglect the area of his health. So responsible parenthood means you take good care of your finances, you take good care of your health as well. Kasi if you are sick, it's not just you who will be affected, but your entire family. And I am 100% that you have experienced that in your own family as well. So there you have it. But of course, no, before I dive into our topic for tonight, I'd like to say hi to all our wonderful viewers here. Kamusta po tayo, Madam Regina, as always. Thank you po for moderating our active group. Of course, thank you to you, Ma'am Margarita. Good evening to you. Ma'am Teresa Di Pamayo, as always. Ma'am, kamusta po kayo? Ma'am Eda Sikat, kamusta po yung weather dyan? Of course, Ma'am Belen Chu, kamusta po yung workout natin? Hello to you as well, Ma'am Sasmira Oliva. Good evening, blessed evening to you. Ma'am Josephine Ercia, good evening to you. Ma'am Lily, kamusta po kayo? Ma'am Rosemary, Edlita, Hoybia. Hello to you, Ma'am Josephine Gacho, Leia Re. We have Coach Reese. Of course, if you're not following Coach Tish, she is doing some wonderful workouts, no, na you will be inspired talaga to start workout. So, ito po, napakagandang meals yan. Papatuloy mo lang yan. Of course, Ma'am Tess, kamusta po kayo watching from Iloilo, Ilonggan, Sigaleo. Ma'am Esther Reed, at saka si Ma'am Nemia Apan. Thank you po for tuning in, for investing here. This is your very important asset, and that's your knowledge. So, I will find time to read all your comments later, but let's dive in muna sa topic natin. So, how to do low carb, 3 essentials. These are the basic things, yet very important things. And if you don't do the basic things in life, most likely you're missing the most important things in life. So, first and foremost, I mentioned earlier that the goal of fitness is not just to lose weight. It's to build up your muscle. Because if you have enough muscle mass, muscle will take good care of you. So, number 1, very essential to know your macros. So, yung macros po, macronutrient, it has 3 components: protein, fat, at saka si carb. Now, very important to know that you have to prioritize protein first. Of all the macros, protein yung pinakabutante, I believe. Kasi this one will build up your muscle, tama? With the fat and carb, okay, kasi when you eat, prioritize your protein, most likely you're targeting your fats, tama? When you eat meat, yung meat is dense in protein, tama? But it comes with it fat then at the same time. So take a look at chicken thigh, diba? Take a look at your beef, at eggs, at fish. Meron siyang protein plus fat. So you want to measure your protein first. You have to prioritize your protein kasi if you prioritize that, you're hitting your fat needs as well. Now, with carbohydrates, for some of you into low carb, you know that one. It depends then on your preference. Some of you are into keto. That's good. Some of you are into low carb. Some are into lower carb. Some are into moderate carb. But very, very important to know na yung carbs are not essential. Meaning to say, you can live without carbs. But of course, it depends kasi we have different preference then when it comes to our diet. Others would like to put a little bit of carbs. That's totally okay by all means. Some would go for 50 grams, some for 80 grams. What I'm saying is this: do not demonize, or shall we say, maging tawag dito low carb police. Na since you go for low carb 100%, you will put down those who are eating carbs. So it's not a good testimony. So instead of encouraging them at saka motivating them to do the right thing, they will not feel good about low carb kasi for some of us, we would be pushing them away, especially if we are criticizing them, not taking an action and adapting our own way. So that's my encouragement to all of us. Uh, be sympathetic or be empathic with other people who are not following our lifestyle. Kasi some are not open pa for this kind of lifestyle. So let's have that what we call understanding to that. So again, for protein, you have to prioritize that, because when you prioritize that, you can side by side target your fat needs. Again, fat is very essential as well. Our cell membrane, our body for functionality need fat to perform. Okay, so that's very, very important. Now with carbs, again, it depends on your preference. I'm not the kind of coach who will impose to you right away na dapat low carb ka agad, or dapat ganitong klaseng lifestyle agad. We have to do it in a calculated, okay, at saka, a workable way. Okay, calculated but workable na way. So that's number one. You have to eat protein, but of course, you have to target your macros. That's number one. Let's proceed to number two. You have to invest in dumbbells at saka mat. Why? Now, you have to grow your muscles, and that's only possible through resistance training or lifting weights. Now, some of you would like to go to gym. That's okay. But if you are busy, and I assume 40s and above, when I look at your schedule, majority of you have different responsibilities. Very burden kayo, especially sa work at saka sa family responsibilities. So, I would say, invest in dumbbells at saka sa mat. You would start with dumbbells lang muna. You know what? If you have enough dumbbells, you can do most of the exercises that you need. You don't need to be fancy na mag-invest agad sa machine or sa barbell. In fact, if you have dumbbells, you are doing a good favor sa body mo. Why? It's the difference kasi, if you have dumbbells, you can correct the form. Yung dumbbells mag-a-adjust sa'yo. Yung machine, ikaw pa mag-a-adjust sa machine, kasi most of the machines are for static na at saka yung term doon is hindi mo na siya magalaw. Tama? So, your body has to adjust on the machine. Whereas, if you have dumbbells, yung dumbbells mag-a-adjust sa'yo. And also, you like to take note, if you have dumbbells kasi, yung distribution of effort is equal. Kunwari, if you go for shoulder press, di ba? Dalawa, you can see talaga if imbalance siya. Okay? Whereas if naka-machine siya, static siya, you won't know. That though most of the time, especially if you're advanced lifter, you would distribute it equally. Tama? Yung effort sa machine. But if you use dumbbells safely, you can measure. You can see talaga if imbalance siya or hindi. Tama? So you can correct the form. So that's what we call correctives in fitness industry. So invest in dumbbells and mat. Coach Nins, medyo mahal yung dumbbells. That's right. But you know what? It would pay you off for yung investment mo yan will pay you off for your using it for months and even years. You know what? The first time I purchased dumbbells, ginamit ko siya when I started at 2012. Okay, college pa ako noon. So, ginamit ko siya from 2012 to 2015 and even 16 and 17. Noong mga days na nag-pandemic, ni-use ko yung dumbbells ko. So, di ba? Very, very practical in the long term. So, don't just think of the short-term na deduction sa wallet mo. Think of the long-term gains. Okay? So, mat as well is very important kasi, of course, you will perform some curl, some ab workouts, some chest, bench press. For some, if you don't have access sa bench, you can be creative, be resourceful. I have a student na nag-bench press siya. Di ba, you need a bench for that. Bench na parang may foam siya para hindi sumakit yung lukod mo. So, ang ginawa niya, kumuha siya ng wooden na parang rectangle na table, tapos nilagyan niya ng mat. Okay. Yun yung bench press niya na. So, humiga siya tapos mag-perform ng bench press. Others kasi, for a start, yung bench medyo hindi pa siya affordable for beginners. Medyo overwhelming siya. That's okay. You may perform some workouts like, for example, the bench press on the floor. Okay? You just need to make sure tama yung form mo. And then, of course, yung elbow mo, tama yun din execution mo. So, invest on that. But of course, if you have dumbbells na and mat, it's very important to have structure. Kasi, if may dumbbells ka naman at saka mat ka naman nga, pero wala namang structure, meaning to say, puro ka lang bench press, so chest lang yung nahihit mo. How about yung triceps? How about yung glutes? How about yung hamstrings? How about the calf? So, you don't want to miss on this other areas as well. Kasi yung mangyayari, hindi po magandang tingnan in the long term. So, you have to know what program na may hit at least yung full body mo. Okay, full body plus yung weak muscle mo especially. So what happened to me when I was working out, nag-start ako workout kasi when I was in high school. So ginawa ko, push-up lang ng push-up. As in push-up na talaga. So I had no knowledge pa about working out at saka yung mga muscle at work. So nangyari at sa college ko, especially on my fourth year college, yung chest ko lumobo. Hindi siya magandang tingnan. Others would make fun of it, yung chest ko. Kasi imbalance eh. Malaki yung chest, yung shoulders maliit. Di ba pangit tingnan? So I have to catch up with that. So ginawa ko, of course, I had to study all these things so that makakatch up yung other body parts. So you don't want that to happen to you, tama? So you must know yung muscle at work, especially for your workout. And of course, do not forget, it's essential as well to execute progressive overload. So what do you mean by progressive overload? So by the word itself, progress overloading. So you put specific amount of stress and challenges sa katawan mo so that it will be forced to grow. You have to force your body to grow kasi mag-a-adjust yan. The same thing din po yan sa brain. If you put enough challenge sa brain mo, it will grow. Okay? It will become smarter. The same thing with our muscle. For it to grow, you have to expose it to enough stress. Hindi po forever na 5 pounds ka lang. Hindi po forever na 10 pounds ka lang. So, may structure po tayo na fina-follow dyan para mag-progress po kayo. So, that's number 2. Invest in dumbbells. And again, when we talk about health, when we talk about your health, never in a single of, kahit little bit lang na waste of investment yung pag-invest mo sa health mo. In fact, if you invest for your health, nagmo-multiply yan yung other areas. So if you are healthy and fit, you can do a lot of things sa work mo. You can be confident about your position in life. Tama? Your esteem will be changed. Also, maybe it could help you with your relationship with your wife or husband. Tama? So there are many, many things that would happen to you if you invest first in yourself. You know what? If you invest first sa self mo, others will be willing to invest to you. So do the move first. Invest yourself. Okay? So that's number 2. Invest in dumbbells and mat. And lastly, we will end with this. You have to know your deficiencies. Yung kulang. Alam niyo ba yung mga nangyayari sa atin outside? Yung symptoms are just what's happening on the surface. You have to know what's the root of the problem. So kunwari, if you have dizziness, don't just focus on the dizziness symptom. It's not the root of the problem. So for some of you, if may concern ka sa dizziness, maybe you are not taking your electrolytes, potassium, magnesium, tama? What if yung energy levels mo are low? So you have to ask yourself, bakit yung energies mo are low? Maybe yung pagkain mo hindi tama. Maybe kulang yung tulog mo. Maybe kulang ka sa B vitamins, tama? Maybe kulang ka sa radiola. So sa mga nutrients yan na part. How about if I ask you, kamusta yung pag-cope mo sa stress? Kamusta yung pag-cope mo sa stress? Kasi if you don't take good care of stress, most likely affected yung workout mo, affected yung sleep mo, tama? Even your appetite will be affected. So, kamusta yung stress mo? How do you cope with stress? So, if I were to ask you right now, answer this in your head lang. If you were to rate your stress levels from 1 to 10, 1, very healthy, 10, very toxic. So how would you rate it? Now, you might need supplementation for that for some of you. Some nutrients that we might need for that is vitamin B12. Magnesium could help you as well. B6 can help you as well. So sometimes we have to take this one to help our neurofunction, sa brain natin, especially sa nerves. So B vitamins are some of the vitamins that could help us with that. How about maybe you have acid reflux? Diba, for some of you, may concern about acid reflux. So how do you deal with that? Maybe yung pagkain mo hindi tama. Maybe na-trigger siya by your stress. Maybe deficient ka. So for those who have acid reflux, we usually recommend that it's case-to-case basis then. So zinc could help you. B12 could help you. And in some instance, you need magnesium with the combination of calcium. So combination dapat when you take magnesium, you have to accompany it with calcium. Calcium magnesium siya, usually if you have acid reflux. So that's for acid reflux. How about maybe for some of you may blood pressure kind of concern, hypertension. So maybe you have to take, for some, you have to recommend vitamin E, vitamin C. Selenium could help as well. Diba? So also for other people, meron kang concern sa blood sugar mo. Okay, tama? So maybe, of course, you have to change your lifestyle. You have to change your food. For others, they would recommend selenium for that. So that's very helpful for people who have type 2 diabetes. So those are the three things. You have to know your deficiencies. Kasi if you know there's happening, what you feel right now, and especially what you feel today, is the consequence of what you did yesterday. Tama? Kasi hindi naman most of the time automatic yan eh. So what you feel today sometimes is the consequence of what you did yesterday and maybe 2 days before that. For example, maybe your cravings right now are beyond your control. So maybe yung tulog mo kulang yesterday and then nag-take effect lang siya today. Kasi if you lack sleep, it will mess your ghrelin at saka leptin hormones. These are the hormones that regulate hunger at saka satiety or yung tinatawag natin na satisfaction levels. So you have to check on those things. You have to ask the right questions. Don't just focus on the problem. Okay, don't just focus on what you feel. You have to dig deeper so that you can solve the root. Kasi if you want to have a different fruit, you have to change the root. Okay, you don't change the fruit. Change the root first. Tama? So we're not dealing with the symptoms, we're dealing with the root. Okay, so those are the three things. Know your deficiencies. Also, I like to take note, for some of you, you're not gaining muscles, ilang months ako nag-workout, know your deficiencies. Maybe kulang ka sa protein, or maybe kulang ka sa right amount of workout. Okay, so you have to ask the right questions again. So that's number 3. You have to know yung pagkukulang mo. Okay, sa Tagalog pa. Ano yung pagkukulang mo? So once you know the need, okay, supply it. Okay. You know what? Our body is very, very smart. Our body is very, very smart. You have trillions of cells in your body working for you. You are the boss of your body. Meaning to say, if you supply your body with the right salary, okay, let's take that illustration, analogy. So your cells are your employees. So we have trillions of cells working for you. You are the boss. Tama? Because you make the decisions. Tama? Now, ano po yung salary ng cells natin? That's nutrition. Okay, nutrition. So if you take good care of your body through right nutrition, and not just nutrition, by the way, no, we want to deal with stress as well as sleep, as well as exercise. So if you supply this to your body, okay, your body will feel you're paying them, okay, as employees, tama? So what will happen if you're paying the right amount of salary to your employees? They will work for you, tama? But what will happen if you don't pay the right salary to yourselves? Kulang yung tulog mo, kulang yung nutrition mo, hindi ka nag-ehersisyo, parati kang stress. So you're telling your employees, gusto ni bossing, hindi tayo magtrabaho. So let's create diseases. So yun yung principle na I want you to settle. Na if you take good care of your body will take good care of you. Kasi your body is very smart. Tama? Now, there you have it. Number 3, that's knowing your deficiencies. Number 2 is we talk about investing in dumbbells and mat. And then first, we talk about targeting your macros. I hope that helped you. Before I answer the question, I'd like to give this announcement. In the few days, we will turn over the proceeds of the shirts that we are selling. So these are the shirt. And again, the beneficiary of it is Shallow Philippines. So in Shallow Philippines, this is the foundation. Ito po yung charity beneficiary natin that takes good care of the street children in the Philippines. So they're having mission, medical mission, and feeding as well. So ang gagawin namin, lahat ng proceeds po nito pupunta po doon sa Chalo Philippines. So maybe this is your form to give gifts to people, especially sick children. So when you purchase this, you have the shirt, but you're helping them actually. So if you want to purchase the shirt, meron kaming designs dito. One is you change the what if to even if. The other one is yung do instead of doubt. Yung other I think is restart instead of regret. Yung ano natin, yung shirt natin, may mga cross out siya, may mga meaning siya. So if you want to purchase that one, message mo ako sa page ko kasi I will print the shirt for the very last time this year tomorrow. Kasi again, I will turn over the proceeds next week na. So there you have it. I hope I can greet all of you. Again, thank you everyone for investing in time learning. Hello to you, ma'am. Maria Ceres Bescotcho, good evening sa you, ma'am. Kamusta sa weather natin dyan sa Calamba, Laguna? Ma'am Josie Cortez, watching from Pampanga, Pangasinan si Ma'am Lenny. Hello to you, Ma'am Bing. Kamusta po kayo, Ma'am Bing? Hello to you, Ma'am Vanji Mercado, watching from Bohol. Napakagandang place po yan. Hello to you, Ma'am Benda. Kumarang, kamusta po kayo, Ma'am? Sana Coach Lynn, magka-free ako ng ebook. Yes, Ma'am. I will give it to you completely free. Message mo lang po ako sa page ko, Coach Lynn, who I will give it to you. Ma'am Tina, good evening po sa iyo, Ma'am. Hello, Ma'am Bing. Yes, Ma'am, yung ebook is free. I would suggest if you're learning with this video, live natin, share mo so that we can reach out to more Filipinos, especially the 40s and above. Tapos, message mo po ako, ma'am, and I will give it to you for free. Ma'am Rodson Lim, watching from Bohol. My student, si Ma'am Richie, na nag-increase na ng muscle, no? So, upon checking, nag-increase siya. Medyo malaki-laki din yung increase niya when we started a month ago. So, consistency is the key. Ma'am Richie. Ma'am Eve, watching from England. Kamusta po yung weather dyan? Saan ka po magpapasko, Ma'am Eve? Sa England ba or uuwi ka dito sa Philippines? God the Father, bless WTG and advocating. Wow, thank you. Thank you, Gerardo Clemente, for affirming us. My commitment is to keep on learning and then keep on broadcasting so that we can reach to more Filipinos. Thank you po. Ma'am Maribel Atendon, watching from Hong Kong. Kamusta po yung place natin dyan, mga Pinoys, and my regards to them. Hello, Ma'am Leia, watching from Albay, Bicol. Ma'am Lorna, kamusta po kayo, Ma'am? Shalila Waan, watching with hobby habang nagpapatila ng ulan here in Ortigas. Napagandang place po yan. Actually, next week ata may meet and greet siya, no? This Sunday ba? Yeah, sa Ortigas. So, there you have it. So, okay, let me read this one from William Alvarez, no, medyo mahaba. I really like your way of coaching, bro. Sobrang gracious and you allow individual commitment. You always believe in a person's capacity to commit to something they can sustain, not force. You coach them to make a calculated, well thought of, and wise decision for their own good. Sobrang generous mo, man. God bless your heart. Praying God will use you more to influence people to healthier lifestyle. Kudos to you and your team. And super sorry, man. Okay, wow. Nakakataba ng puso. Brother William. Thank you for this message. Again, I will save this one so that I will keep on learning. And you are true. I can give the praise to the Lord because again, on my own, I don't have the capacity to touch this live. And I believe there's this touch of the Lord on this word. So thank you. Favor and praise belongs to the Lord. No. And yes, one of my students is Sir William. So we will catch up after his schedule is all set. So thank you for that abundant, lavish, positive words for our team. Thank you. Hello, Ma'am Blaze. Gaano kabigat na dumbbells dapat sa mga nag-umpisa sa workout things? Ma'am Blaze, I would suggest you would start muna with around 5 pounds. With 5 pounds na yan, a pair of dumbbells na 5 pounds, master mo muna yung execution. 5 pounds actually for some is a bit heavier. So you have to listen to your body. You may want to lessen it to 3 pounds. Okay? Kasi yung goal natin sa first to second week is mastery muna. Execution. Once you gain the mastery and the confidence to perform, that's where you can slowly add weights mo sa dumbbells mo. Okay? So I hope I answered your question, no? Some question dito. Okay, Ma'am Sonny, I think I answered the same question, Sir Sonny, no? Okay, sabi dito ni Ma'am Violita, good morning, Coach Lee. I'm senior 60 years old and operada. Di po ba mag-quick lifting? Well, first and foremost, ma'am, you have to consult your medical professionals, especially on your. Uh, I'm not sure if what kind of operation you had, ma'am. No, so you have to know that first. Number two, safety is the number one thing. Kasi once you have concern with your recent na operation, you have to do it right, especially with your form and execution. Now, case-to-case basis kasi, ma'am, I have a student na may concern sa back. So if you have back problems, it is highly recommended to do some flexibility. I have a student who have concern with her shoulders. So meron tayong program dyan na hindi totally maging affected yung shoulders, especially if heavy na. Okay? So those are the things you have to consider, especially if you have injury. Si Mommy Jolimar, one of my favorite nanays, no? The mother of the wonderful Dr. Grace Josephine Rojo. So, hello, Mommy, kamusta yung weather dyan sa Bacolod? Hoping to see you soon. Of course, pag-uwi ko dyan sa Bacolod. Ma'am Naila, yes po ma'am, we have slot left for coaching. So if you don't want to do it by your own, trial and error, message mo po ako because we will find a way for a coach to guide you every step of the way. Si Sir Albert is one of my dedicated students. Very active yan. Kahit nasa hotel, nagbabaon ng dumbbells para makapag-workout. So no excuse kay Sir Albert. Thank you, Sir Albert. No. Hello to you, Ma'am Lee. I hope, no, Lee, no, or yeah, Sir or Ma'am Lee. Coach, good po sa, ebook po, you may want to message me. I will give it to you completely free. Yung shirt po natin, okay, not including the delivery fee, is 450. Okay, cotton po siya, so good po yung condition niya. Condition mang term doon. But yes, fit at saka cotton. Watching from Sampaloc, Manila, Ma'am Evelyn Lanuza. Kamusta po yung weather natin dyan? Yung ebook, Ma'am Bernadette, is free. So, share this video, tapos message mo po ako. Si Ma'am Beng is one of my dedicated students and nag-gain ng muscle at 60. So, all the best to you, Ma'am. Keep working out, Ma'am. I'm sure you're consistent with your workout protocol. Si Ma'am Marjorie, who will enroll in the program, no, soon. So, looking forward for your progress and results, ma'am. Hello to you, ma'am. Ina Gutierrez watching from Canada as always. No, watching, getting ready for work. Kamusta yung weather natin dyan sa Canada, ma'am? Okay. Tribo Shopee. Okay, sana all magpadala ng Shopee. No? So, pero pwede ba mag-step by step video sa pag-start ng low carb with gym? Well, ma'am, I'm not sure if you're a ma'am or sir, no? So, if you want step by step, I would suggest if you have the means, go for a coach. Kasi that's the way you can have a step by step. Okay, so here you have it. I hope wala po tayong may na-miss dito sa... Okay. Ma'am Melodina, that's a good question. No need pa talaga ng complex carbs pag may workout. It depends. It depends, ma'am, on your preference. Others would go for moderate carb, 50 grams. Others would go for moderate targeted keto. They would eat specific carbs. Like complex carbs kasi may fiber siya, hindi lang siya sugar lang. Meron siyang fiber and other essential nutrients as well. So, it depends on your preference. I believe it's not a must. It depends on your preference as well. Okay. So, there you have it. Some of your questions have been answered. Okay. Ma'am Ching is one of my dedicated students as well. Good evening, Coach. Thankful to God dahil natulungan niyo po ako ng tamang way to work out. My pleasure po. I'm so happy po na natulungan kayo ng program namin. And that's only possible, ma'am, to your commitment. Kasi, ma'am, without your commitment, you weren't able to gain muscle. So, message po ako. We have slot for coaching po. So, paano mo pagkaroon ng ebook? Meron po tayong ebook for free. Okay? Can you share this video? Tapos message mo po ako. Mami Jolimar, hi Coach Nins. Happy to tell you that earlier this day, sama kami ng Coach Daniel sa lunch. Wow! With Sir JC Idol and her wife, Andrew and Mabel as well. We had a fine meeting po also with Tito Ma'am Jean Joy. Well, thank you, Mami Julimar, for letting me know. And I heard from Coach Dane, masaya daw yung conversations nyo. Sana all na lang talaga. How I wish nandun ako sa sa gathering nyo, nakaka-miss yung mga ganong conversations, especially with low carb influencers natin, no. So, Ma'am Elena, yes, hello to you. Kamusta po kayo? Hello to you, Tribo Shopee. Si Coach. It's Coach. It's okay. Okay, sige, yes. Yeah, message po ako if you have questions. Thank you, yes. Happy to help. And there you have it. Again, if you find value in our life, our hope is to reach out to 40s and above na pwede pa. They can take back their life, that they can start building their health, because if you take good care of your health, you can do more for your family and the things that you want in life. Again, to be healthy is one of the most unselfish ways you can do. Kasi if you're healthy, you can do a lot of things in life, serving people, spending time with your loved ones, and be productive citizens of this planet. So that's my prayer for you. Be productive in training, in yourself first, so that you can serve more people. Now, there you have it. My name is Coach Linino, and my mission in life is to empower 40s and above rebuild their health by gaining muscle. See you again tomorrow. Tomorrow is with Coach Daniel. So stay tuned. 7 p.m. with Coach Daniel tomorrow in his page. We will see each other again on Monday, 7 p.m. All the best and happy lifting. Bye-bye.